already know. Big Lou tapping back in with what it do. With Big Lou NFZR 2, baby. Bye. So check it out. You can tell from that thumbnail what it says there, right? Uh, BCSO teen arrested accused of shooting dog after dragging it behind motorcycle. So the 17-year-old kid was arrested in Beck. I don't know how you pronounce it. County, San Antonio, Bexar, Bear County, or is it Bexar? I don't know. I think it's Bear. County Sheriff's Office says they arrested a 17-year-old boy for killing a dog. So I'm gonna say what I know about what I heard reported about this situation, and then I'm gonna read the article. So, from my understanding, what happened was this teen was speaking with a friend of his, and convinced the friend to give him the dog to rehome the dog. Instead of him rehoming the dog, he got the dog to he drug him on a. Originally, I thought it was a bicycle, but they said it was a motorcycle, dragging him behind a motorcycle and then killing the dog. So it was never in his intentions to rehome the dog. I doubt he really sincerely wanted to rehome the dog. And then on the way to rehome the dog, excuse me, he decided to do some treacherous stuff. You know what I mean? So it says Michael Christopher George was arrested after deputies saw a video showing the teen dragging a dog behind his motorcycle. In the video that was recorded by a witness, the sounds of gunshots can also be heard. When deputies questioned George about the incident, he claimed he had to shoot the dog because it bit his sibling. He also buried the dog in the woods. George was arrested for animal cruelty, a third-degree felony. He has since been released on bond. So, very little there. So, I almost didn't say it. I was gonna say that he ended up killing the dog, with the weapon, which I wasn't sure. And in the states there, they heard gunshots when the witness was filming what was going on with him dragging the dog. Shortly after that, you could hear gunshots, and then he told the deputies, the investigators, that like I said there, from reading it, that he had to shoot the dog because the dog bit one of his siblings. Obviously, there's a protocol, a proper procedure to handle something like that. Of course, some people take that in their own hands when a animal or dog, gets vicious with their family members or kids. It's not the first time we've heard that, right? But after seeing the video footage of him dragging the dog on a motorcycle, clearly would show that his intentions from the get-go was corrupt, right? Was on the dark side. This story goes with when you hear some of these psychopath people that when they're, they grow up to be murderers and serial killers, but you hear stories about when they're younger, how they used to, dissect, torture, and kill, or, torture, kill, and dissect animals. You know what I mean? There's something wrong upstairs, right? There's something wrong upstairs. Excuse me. And it's another case of that right here, I believe. Um, this type of thing goes on a lot. Not so much this way. This kid decided to do this. What I'm saying is the cruelty and negligence towards animals. Dogs, cats. Those are probably the two big domestic, animals. Also, we see it too with horses. We see it with emaciated horses and people that got a ranch or a farm, but they're not taking care of their animals or livestock correctly. You'll see it a lot of times. When the horses are real thin and skinny, and they got issues with their hooves and stuff like that. So it's pretty prevalent. It happens a lot, believe it or not. It's just a little something different that I wanted to bring to the channel today, discussing, unfortunate situation for this animal. um, unfortunate situation for the kid that gave him the dog, who was talked into giving him the dog to rehome the dog. For whatever reason, he couldn't keep the dog, or whatever was going on there. But to be manipulated in such a sense to just go ahead and hurt the animal, something else, man. It shows that there's a lot of issues with people upstairs, man. To want to do something like that, you know what I mean? Um, the story real short there, and it didn't really give much. Um, it didn't really give much, just the basic, which I knew happened, but only part I didn't know about was the shooting of the animal. I wasn't sure how he killed the animal. And this guy's a young kid, 17 years old. Um, Here's another one. There's another man charged after video shows him dragging dog behind scooter. Wow. This is also in Texas. This is in Mission, Texas. Police in Mission, Texas arrested a 59-year-old man after video showed him dragging a dog by its neck behind his motorized scooter. The shocking profanity-laced video was posted to Facebook by Melissa Janelle Torres. It's been viewed thousands of times. The woman filming the video yells, "Don't worry, I'll call the cops on you." To that, the man on the scooter, identified as Mario Cardona, yells back, "Call him. It's my dog." Mission police made contact with Cardona just 15 hours after the complaint was filed. He was arrested and charged with animal cruelty. Something like this is great because somebody actually provided us with video evidence. Mission Police Lieutenant Jody Tittle said of the video, "Sometimes animal cruelty is hard to prove, as bad as that may sound. The dog, a German Shepherd mix named G2, was cleared by Mission Animal Control and is said to be in good health. He remains in their custody. Cardona has a lengthy criminal history that includes charges of assault, driving while intoxicated, criminal mischief, and possession of cocaine." Um, I don't know if you can see that. See the picture, the scooter. You can see the scooter right here, and the dog's being drugged, and the dog's laying down and being drugged. So you know that if he's not even on his feet, he's in bad shape. You know what I mean? Um, that's a 59-year-old man. The first story I told was a 17-year-old boy. I mean, neither way, it's either way they shouldn't be doing it, and it's wrong to do it. You know what I'm saying? Um, but like I said, I'll say this: the kid is obviously not mature, and studies have shown that people's people ain't developed fully in their brain till 23 to 25 years old, right? Um, I'm not here to say that it's true or true or not. This has been scientifically studied, scientifically, you know, trial. They ran trials and all that to come up with this information. I will say that here in California, there was a SB Senate Bill 260 and 261 that were signed into law by Governor Jerry Brown, who originally was a proponent for three strike laws. I'm pretty sure he was on board with all that during the Clinton administration, the first term, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Um, and the reason I'm saying that is because Joe Biden was big on it too, right? And after time, these guys develop a new um, their opinion of things change, especially when they seen that something they tried wasn't working. Um, because, like I've said this before, if there's no such thing as a person that's perfect, there can't be laws that are perfect, right? Because who's behind the laws? People. So if people are not perfect, anything that's made by a person or or, uh, or thought of by a person or anything that has to do with a person, it's not going to be, perfect. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, like with the ACA, the American Care Act, like with Medicaid, Medicare, whatever else, these different programs, USAID, the health department, the NIH, the CDC, you can go on, right? Things could be done to make it better, but everything nowadays is so polarized. Everything is either one way or the other. There's no middle ground for, there's no middle ground for working with one another. It's just straight up, you're with that, no, I'm with this, no. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. Um, you're not. It's not benefiting the American people when things are done on that type of level, and it's been like that for a good 15, 16 years now since Obama came into effect. Um, so, anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and tap on this. It was just a little video. I'm gonna be going live here in about 45 minutes, 50 minutes, um, and we'll see where that goes. I haven't went live in a while, but that's just basically gonna be talking about just how me and my bros were, um, you know, politicked against. So I guess you could say somewhat, and called flip floppers and all this other shit. And there was never no proof of nothing because that ain't what we are about. And to this day, we never changed. Meantime, all these other people. That's why I used the thumbnail that I use, a fish flip flopping out of water, because they flip flop and flop back and flop and flipped and flopped and flop and yo-yoed their way back and forth, this side to that side, that side, back and forth, over and over and over again, like just straight dodo birds. You know what I'm saying? Straight tontorontos, right? Straight just stupidos. You know what I'm saying? Just weird. It's really weird behavior, right? So I'm gonna touch on a little bit of that, and then wherever it goes, it's gonna go. You know what I mean? So with that being said, be there or be square about 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, West Coast time if you're not aware. And with that being said, Big Lou tapping out.